Can you hear me now? How about now? Sound is back. Lovely. So what I was saying is KP said that one went over smooth. But an ober is a person who serves people with food at a table. So he dug pretty deep for that one. And I have to give credit to KP. That is a solid pun. What up, Carlos? How you doing? All right. So, where were we besides praising Kevin P. West as a wordsmith? Carter gonna be 100. October 1st. I had a segue. Now I don't remember what the segue was. Yeah, Jimmy Carter put his peanut farm into a trust so that the U.S. didn't have to worry about emoluments. I don't know the word. Him profiting while a president. Probably the last president to do that. I'm pretty sure since the Reagan administration, every single president has benefited from being president. That's the giveaway. That is a guy named Alex Ross. Some of you may have heard of him. Oh, see, this is low-key one of my... All right. First of all, Stegman is known for his negative space. And this is a great example of it. That's some guy named Walt Simonson or Simon Waltonson. I can't remember. It's one of the two. That is a Jonathan Bowlerjack original signed by somebody really important. His name is Joe. No, James, it's not Joe Mama. You goon. It's Jim Starlin. He ruined my Joe Mama joke. It was good. Scotty Young. This Mexican foil is great because this gold actually really pops. You need to see it in person. Spawn, he was some of you may know Spawn. He was a character by some guy that left Marvel and DC and decided to do his own thing. I'm hoping it pans out for him because there needs to be a third contender. More Scotty Young. This is a guy named Alex Ross. He dabbles in finger paints. This, while I do not approve of the comic book, I do approve of the art on the cover by Mr. Stuart Sager. I'd like it better if it was a drummer and not a singer. And of course, Mr. Gist and his Virgin variant. This pre-order is set for Wednesday. This launches Wednesday. All of my Griffey fans are going to love this. There are at minimum 79 Griffey autos in here. This is also features an Ichiro Griffey Dual Sig 1 of 1. And we will be opening these as soon as we log in on Wednesday. It's going to be fun. It's multi-sport. It's for you. All right, Carlos. Carlos is going to call his shot right now. I'm going for the Hulk, though. I already own that Spawn, he says. So, all right, let's get a Hulk. Let's get a Hulk. I came prepared. DCD collects. Let me try that again with a little bit of water. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered one guaranteed 9.8 Sig Series comic book. Los, you got 4 out of 10. You calling your shot, you're calling Hulk. Can we just Hulk out and get it? Survey says Kiss! Knights in Satan's Service. Stuart Sager. This is a dynamite comic. Literally. On the back, my favorite. Some Fallout. It is a Stuart Sager custom label. That, I believe, is one of his Deja Thoris covers. And if you get all of the covers, they connect to make one big picture. I know because it says so. Cover form single image with Kiss, Blood, and Stardust #1 covers A, C, and D, as this is cover B. Stuart Sager's got such a great signature. Dig it, man. And then there were 9. As you know, you are also in the running for this cray cray comic. For those who like numbers, the next number is 7. For what that's worth. Unlike that cozy guy, screw him. That cozy guy puts out so much art that I feel like everything on eBay should be, thank you, Carlos, should be haggled. Yes, Jim.
Do you know why? Fun fact about sloths. Do you know why sloths are slow?
No.
Well, here's the reason. It's because they eat. It's because they eat something that does not give them energy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle.
So they are fast, but they just don't want
to. Actually, I know why this is. Because I have the wrong exposure on. That's why. I had -6 instead of -5. There we go. Trevor's like, is it dark or is it just me? He's like, it did look dark when I put that up there. Yeah, let me double check my settings. What's the name of the giveaway again? Invincible #1. It's Invincible #1, What Not Virgin exclusive. Signed by Tyler Kirkham, who is the, I guess I would say, genius to put that book together. If it's invincible, why can we see it? I see what you did there, Sapphoros. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Well, it's probably the same reason we can see the Invincible Hulk. It's the same principle, Sapphoros. Exact same. Scuba's like invincible. Can only be defeated by a man named Vince. Scuba, only you hold the key to ridding the world of Invincible and Bruce Banner's alter ego. The bloody variant. I love the show. I admittedly never read the comics. I think the show is spectacular. I think if the comics are like the show, the concept is brilliant. I really enjoy it. I may dip into it. The problem is all of the early Invincible was very short printed. They weren't sure it was going to be a successful run. I mean, obviously the creators knew it was going to be successful. But it wasn't massively printed like, let's say, a Spawn #1. Um, but it was very tough to get a hold of. You're only going to find readers at this point. Anything that's in decent shape is graded. There's very few raw copies out there. I know, I've looked. But I believe there is a compendium now. I believe you can get a trade of the OG run. I would be interested in probably grabbing a trade and reading the beginning of the Invincible run. Because if it's anything like the cartoon, I dig the concept. I like the idea. I like the characters, the development. It's just super interesting. Like The Boys, I would never be interested in reading the comic. Like, this show is entertaining. I like the actors in it. But I doesn't want me to. It doesn't make me want to read the comics. Invincible makes me want to read the comics. I'm pretty pleased with the show, and if the comics like the show, then I'm in. If Invincible is very good, yeah. I think it would have to be. Um, Invincible plays on a lot of nuance, and really challenges archetype or archetype. I don't know how it's pronounced. When you learn by reading, you don't necessarily pronounce things correctly all the time. But the archetype that they fool with is, the most powerful person on the planet is the one destroying it or wants to destroy it, and then redemption arc, blah blah blah. Um, it's extremely interesting. I like it. If you haven't watched Invincible, it is very adult. It is extremely gory. You are literally going to see people torn apart, heads popped like pimples. It is extremely graphic and adult. There's heavy swearing in it. Um, but if that doesn't bother you, Invincible is a really good watch, and I am told that it is a really good read. So do both. Read it and watch it. What else was I just watching? Oh, Fa- Fallout. I finally am up to the last episode of Fallout. I know. I'm a Bethesda fanboy. I buy everything they produce pretty much like clockwork, and I haven't managed to finish the most game accurate show ever created. I can tell you as a super fan that so much thought and care went into that show that it is going to ruin any other adaptation moving forward of anything that is not already established, because they have set an impossibly high bar for game accuracy. Um, I want to talk about it without spoiling it for those who haven't seen it. All right, Lo, see you later, man. Yeah, yep, the video effects and the practical effects were unbelievable. The choice of actors was great.
I went crazy.
The attention to detail. If they don't win every single award for costume and set design, I lose faith in awards. I already don't have much faith in them to begin with. But their minor attentions to detail are so good, like little things that only people that have picked up the item in the game and not just used it, but actually clicked on it to examine it. Because every item in the game can be pretty high res examined in game. They definitely did that. They took every item in the game, examined it, and made a one of one copy of all of it. I see very few things that are wrong with how they do things. The yogi, there's a yogi, which is a mutant bear, was unbelievably great. I don't remember him being that big, but we'll go with it. I love it. I think it's bang up job they did on that show. So next week, T-Bone. Give the people what they want. What for sure run? Name one. For sure run are we going to see next week? Just give them one. Which one are they definitely going to see? Give them a little taste. Oh, the Lego. Oh, the Lego. So listen. It's no mystery that a certain doctor tossed in a really fun Spider-Man Lego piece in his run that sparked the need for an entire Lego run. There's only one possible thing we could put with a Lego run, and that would be actual Lego. And boy, oh boy, did Doug dig deep and find some pretty stellar items. So good. So good. How much is that one going to cost? How much money do they need to save to have an amazing piece of Lego art and some Lego of their own to play with? $124.99. There you go. There it is. You get Lego. You get this is the one that has the now discontinued minifigs, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah. Yep, minifigs that you probably will have a hard time finding in their original packages because a majority of these were opened instantly. Giveaway, it is going to be the OG Millennium Falcon. No, it's not. It's not going to be the OG Millennium Falcon. It's like $4,000. No, there's a giveaway. It's good. KP's like, you said it. Yep. Did you know that the OG Millennium Falcon was not polybagged? It was literally a box of Lego. Doug was telling me a story about him buying the original set, and him and his partner Sham, who does the Lego art, uh, decided to put it together as one of their big showpieces, and they opened the box just to see a box full of pieces, and we're like, nope. Literally resealed it and sold it as an open box, and then bought the Gen 2, which is polybagged. I think he got two Gen 2s and then something in a trade for it. He can tell the story better than I can, because he knows it, I don't. KP, what kind of projects are you working on? Got anything big coming? By the way, Money Mitch, how are you doing? Doing okay. Yeah, this is, the week of Friday the 13th just seems to be a real turd burglar of a week. I don't know why I called it a turd burglar. I was just going to say a turd of a week. Apparently I got turd burgling on the mind. Eh, it's a Friday the 13th thing. It's just one of those days. KP says, I am actually working for something for DCD, but I am also working on a Tops thing right now. See, that's what I was fishing for. KP's working on a Tops thing. He can't tell you which one, but it is a Tops thing. California is burning. It has been nasty. We don't see the clouds on this side of the mountain range, but I've seen photos of the smoke, and there is a smoke advisory for a huge swath of mid and southern California. Thankfully, being oceanside, the wind blows from the ocean to the mountains, so we don't get any of the smoke. But yeah. KP says, I have had a hard time drawing for the last couple of weeks. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry your dad's in the hospital. Your head has just not been arting. No, I don't. Yeah, yeah. I get it. Absolutely. Well, hopefully, there's a quick turnaround for him. He had a minor stroke and they put in a pacemaker. Well, that's good. I mean, the pacemaker is going to set everything straight. I almost cracked a joke. And man, after you just said that, I am so effing happy I did not crack that joke. Because boy, oh boy, that would have been bad. That would have been. I'm so glad you wrote that exactly at the moment you wrote that. Because I was literally opening my mouth. Got transferred to the place for a couple weeks of PT. Yep. PT's important. Listen, as somebody who's gone through PT, who's somebody who has a son that goes through PT, people usually write off physical therapy. Do not write off physical therapy. Do not think that you are capable of doing physical therapy on your own. Do not believe that you are regimented enough to do your own physical therapy. You're not. They do it for a reason. They are specializing in that for a reason. Don't do your own PT. Let them do your PT. KP's like, I would have taken it. I got it. having a little trouble walking. Yeah, it's so a stroke. For those who or may not be fully aware, um, it can lead to deoxygenation of the brain, which can cause motor function issues. The good news is, in most cases, overwhelmingly most cases, minor stroke, he had said, so typically in minor strokes, all of that is recoverable with time. The major strokes can leave people with some paralysis. Minor strokes, thankfully, have a very high recovery rate. I my microburst stroke was nothing compared to a minor. Literally micro in compared to minor. Well, KP, since you said you would be able to take the joke fine, and since your head is not in the arting mood, I will tell you what the joke was gonna be. Now, I'm warning you right now, in light of the situation, it's tasteless, but we're gonna give it a go. What I was going to say, KP, was, wow, I hope he's not in the hospital because he watched that Michigan game. It might have given him a heart attack. See, it's tasteless now, but you can see how in the moment it would have been a little bit funnier. KP's like, ouch. He's like, thanks, DC just made everything worse. This made everything worse. I told you. Hey, listen, it's your fault for saying you can take it. To me, that was an invitation. He says, now that we know about the situation and we know that he has good hands, I'm doing better. Yeah, no, listen, modern medicine wants you to get better. No, they can't. They can't win them all, especially when they don't have the opposing team's signals. I mean, you can't expect to win many if you don't know what the other team's doing. Scoop says, I sent you some messages just to let you know how it's going. Is that the number 2 high score I saw? The what is it, 9 billion? The Tigers almost had a no-hitter. Down to the oh man, you almost have to think the batter at the end, like if you're the last out, you got to be like, oh, this at bat is bigger than me. Like, do you get an award for being the batter who blew up a no-hitter? Oh, texts. All right, I'll check him. Do you like? Is there like a spoiler award? Do you get like rotten eggs as a gift for ruining a no-no?
Dude, do we still keep the guns? Of course we do. Here we go.
Especially with how juiced the balls are, no-nos should be preserved. It was 1-0 and he hit a triple. Ugh. I mean, let me ask you this. Would it have been better if he homered? Then you're like, well, I mean, it was a homer ball, so I can't get mad at it. The Jim Joyce Award? Is he still alive? He is still alive. He's 68 years old.
What piece of me? Get him. Get him. No.
The trophy is inscribed, thanks, you ruined it.
Dude, I literally told him how to get up.
Oh. You blew it. I just see Adam Sandler. For some reason, it just made me think of Adam Sandler. You blew it. The John Fisher Award. Oy. So I have to say, yesterday during the show, I had mentioned that I believe Tua should retire. That's it. It's he needs to be done. Um, Apparently I'm not the only one, including his cousin, Manti Te'o, who is now currently on Good Morning Football. He didn't tell Tua um, to retire because he said, it's not my decision to make, but to think about being the better family person. And a couple of people have reached out and said, he needs to retire. I think even the coach was like, he needs to worry about being quarterback of his family. I don't. It was a foolish play. I do not blame Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin was doing what he's supposed to do. You square up. If he doesn't slide feet first, you square up. That's the name of the game. To slide head first was something that his rookie year they told him to stop doing, and brought in a specialist to teach him how to slide, and he made the decision to do it. Yeah, Hamlin did nothing wrong. Even the announcers were immediate to say that was a clean hit. That was not Damar. Damar was simply squaring up as he should have been. He needs to retire. It was not a hard hit, and it was enough to they diagnosed him with a concussion only 13 minutes after the hit. That's how fast. They were like, you are showing signs of a concussion. You will have a concussion. Eyes at a substantially higher rate as well. He's a danger in himself, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. His signing bonus for his contract was $41 million. He's fine. He has enough money. He can retire. Not to mention the few million, the first round pick worth of millions he got his first 4 years, or second round pick money, whatever it was. It was still 20, 30 million. So, granted, you probably balled out, probably spent 10, 12 million on family and friends. But you still, after your signing bonus, you still should have about 40 million in the bank. Your generational wealth is still pretty well intact, considering you're probably going to get gigs either announcing or hosting or going back to Hawaii and just being a legend. Coaching, probably, if you want to. You're going to have money. You don't need to play football anymore. There's nothing left to prove. The only thing you're proving is that you can eat through a straw when you're 40. Speaking engagements about NFL safety, absolutely. Yeah, somebody needs to Dana White him. Be like, we're just, like, the Dolphins should be like, listen, you're not playing the rest of the season. Yeah, and we're going to cut you. And we're going to give you an injury designation. Like, here's the thing. We're gonna injury des you. Here's your settlement. If another team wants to take a chance on you, the blood is on their hands. The the NFLPA may make a push not to. They might fight it for the money, but they won't fight to have him continue playing. They may say, give us the guaranteed contract money. You're forcing him to retire? Then he's got this much guaranteed, 181 million guaranteed. We want the 181 million. But I don't think they would make him play again. They are too vested into the players' well-being, they're saying. Getting them to wear the soft helmets if they want during the season was a big push by NFLPA. So I don't think they would back that horse other than to say, well, if you're retiring him, give him his 181. It's my 2 cents as a lifelong football fanatic. They'll fight tooth and nail to get him every dollar. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Sapporo's. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and it was I was like 220 million. These are ballpark. I don't know the exact. I read it. I don't remember anything. It was like a $220 million extension, 181 guaranteed, of which 41 million was signing. Yeah, 41 million is a very nice severance. Listen, if DCD Collects decided to fire me, 41,000 would be a nice severance. 4,100 would be, I would be like, yeah, it's $4,100. Sweet. 41 million? Jeez, I can't, I don't know. I still can't fathom $1 million, so. I know what it looks like. I've seen $1 million, but I can't fathom seeing that many zeros in a bank account. Well, actually, I lied. I've seen that in my own bank account before. Not technically my bank account, my girlfriend at the time's bank account. And I did used to stunt on people by going to the ATM and printing a receipt to tell them I was broke. But it wasn't mine. It was hers, and I never spent any of it. I always made her buy everything. So, I can fathom it. I don't know what I would do with it. Actually, I know exactly what I would do with it. I'd pay off my house. And maybe buy a small cabin with plumbing near a creek or river. Yeah, that's what I would do. We would teach James how to fish and hunt and pick berries. James, you want to go fishing and hunting? Yep, he's in. He's in. I was supposed to go fishing when I went back to New York, but my whole New York trip was show. That's true. It was crap. It was crap. Crap. Oh, apparently my Scottish accent isn't working today. Oh, it's crap. Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not in on it. What up, Bourbon? What up, Don? How you doing, Limit Zero? What's up, Ice Wolf? Ice Wolf is probably sleeping. He's just here in spirit. Excuse me. All right, so I am gonna call first last call today. Since next week is really gonna be a pretty spectacular week to be a fan of ours. This week has been difficult for you, I know. I get it. It was difficult for us too. The question is, which do I send you to in a little bit? Oh, he just rated out. Okay. I have 4 options. I have 3 options. I have Sumo, day 7. I have Waltering, who is doing Friday the 13th. And I have Batsky Starman, who is doing a deadlock poster for TwitchCon.
Daddy,
Yeah, baby.
can you tell me something?
Yes, Jimmy.
I mean, can I say something?
Yes, Jimmy.
Is he the guy that
Yes.
did the Ghostbusters?
Yep.
Okay, tell me.
Yep.
Let's do that.
So the choice is yours.
William.
Or we can just go home and go to sleep and not raid at all. That's also possible. So last night I left the Xbox here since right after school, Jimmy and I were going to come up here. And I brought the controller home to recharge. I got our backpack together, put our snacks in there, our drinks in there, his lunchbox in there. I put the controller in there, my charger in there, his charger in there, and left the whole backpack at home. Yeah. So he didn't have a controller. He's staring at an Xbox he can't play. His tablet's about to die, and I can't charge it. And my phone is about to die, and I can't charge it. Plus, he's hungry, and I'm peckish.
And we don't have popcorn anymore since I ate it all.
We won't do sumo because we did sumo yesterday.
Daddy, say yes that we're gonna do the guy?
Jimmy, no. All right, final last call, everyone. Let's call this abomination of a week. A week. Yeah, I was gonna say Cant Asian, but she rated out to Batsky. So we will just give Batsky a double rate. We will make his life nerve-wracking. You too, Prue. All right, folks. Listen, I promise, cross my heart, that next week is going to be a lot more fun. There's going to be so much stuff for you to choose from that it's going to be sickening. So get ready for a crazy week. As bad as this week was, next week is going to be that but great. The degree of bad. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And we are going to have a banging week next week, I promise. Get the popcorn ready. Get your drinks ready. It's going to be a show. I'll see you then.